One of the things in martial arts that I think we have a misunderstanding is about the student-master relationship. When thinking about that, you have to try to understand what that means. When you serve someone and you don't have a choice, that's slavery. But when you serve and you have a choice, then that is your decision. The way we see it in Hwarangdo is that, or as all human beings should see, being part of humanity, that we are actually of service to each other. Our value as a human being is how much we can help another person, how much benefit we can create for humanity. So we are all serving. Whether you're aware or not, we serve someone, somebody, some idea, we serve. So as a martial artist then, we cannot look at ourselves as a victim. We have to understand how to be empowered. And that empowerment comes understanding that you have a choice. So you must understand then, as a student, the goal is to be like the master. And the master teaches a student to be strong and to give them the right tools to effectively carry on what they want and achieve the things what they want in life. So in many ways, the master is actually serves to the student. Vice versa, the student is of service to the master. But because of the title of student and master, we get that confused. If I have to tell a student, because of this, you act like this, and if they cannot think on their own to act properly, what's the use? Then the use is only when you're around, when you can direct them, their behavior, they're doing right. And behind your back, they're doing wrong. How can that suffice? So then the goal is to give the person the proper knowledge so that they can manage themselves, so you can be completely hands-off. So as a teacher then, your goal, or parent, because in our Eastern thought, teaching equates with parenting, and parenting equates with teaching. The job of a parent then is as quickly as possible to kick your child out of the nest, to have them fly on their own. Then so should a martial art master to the student. Not creating dependency, but empowering them to create independency. And that also means independent thought. So no student should be in a position to go ahead and do something and question, for instance, an action that is correct, that is right. Nobody should ever need a permission to do what is right. But if we're thinking about, oh, what does the other person want? What does the other person think? And thinking that vein, then now you're confused. Because right, you have to understand for yourself. You have to do for yourself what is right. What you believe to be right. Once again, that is a choice. You've accepted, you processed, and you believe in this idea, principle to be correct. So you follow that path. Whether your teacher, your subordinate, or your senior tells you one way or the other, should not sway you from what you believe to be correct, what you believe to be right. When I mean right or wrong, this always has to do with the idea of morality, right? What is my moral obligation? And you have to think always in that way. Then what is the best action, course of action can I take to create the best result? So in doing that, one must freely think and be able to serve accordingly to their master by doing what is right without needing approval or validation. Laws, rules are not created for the most intelligent. It's not created for the people who are moral, who are ethical. It's created for people who are not virtuous. It's created for the lowest denominator. So they are silly rules. For instance, why a child, when we put a gum underneath it, why can we not chew gum in classroom? What's wrong with chewing gum? As long as you don't make loud noise, as long as you don't spit it out on the floor, you should be okay. But it takes one child, one student, to take that gum and stick it under a seat or stick it under a table. And now everybody has to suffer the rule. No gum chewing in class. There are oftentimes reasons why we must break the rule in order to do what is right. And these reasons why one would take this type of action requires a person who has knowledge of experience of life, of the virtues of life, of the suffering and hardships of life, and know it and experienced it in order to come to that wise decision to be able to choose a course that will not negatively impact them or others more than before. So, to me, I'm proud. I'm proud to be of service to my master, to my teacher. And I'm giving him my service, protect him, care for him. And I will obey and follow. However, it is also my obligation and my duty. If I feel that my master is doing wrong, it is incorrect, then I must, it is part of my duty as a human being to step up and voice my opinion. How will that be received? Maybe not well. Maybe I'll get a slap in my face. Maybe I'll have to do 100 or 1,000 knuckle push-ups. But that's the price I pay for breaking the rule. But not for what is doing right, but breaking the rule. Greatest heroes in our society are the ones sometimes have to break the rule. Sometimes have to take into their own accord and take action. And most importantly, any of these choices we make, you must know clearly the consequences that are going to follow by your action. You cannot take this action and avoid the knuckle push-ups, avoid the slap. You must take it. And that's why only strong people can be moral. Weak people, they're swayed. They don't have foundation. They cannot be moral.